Hello, welcome back to the Really Modelling. Today what we're going to work on is I'm going to put some more detail down on the lay down conveyors underneath here. So we're going to be working through various different parts here, just trying to get it a little bit more realistic and a little less boxy and chunky to what it looks like at the moment. The first thing we're going to look at adding on are the rollers underneath here under the conveyor belt. There's 4 of them. So they should be relatively easy to just draw these in and then pattern them across. We jump into Fusion, we look side on, and we need to sort of work out where the first one's going to be, just sort of where that cutout in the chassis is. So we're going to make sure we're on the lay down conveyor here, select the radio button, and then we're going to put a sketch, and I think I'm going to do it, it's going to be just inside this one. So I'm going to create a offset plane to this top surface. I'm going to do minus 0.1 on there, just so it's slightly inlaid from that. Creating a sketch on that surface, and if we look at the shape, we've just got pretty much a rectangle that comes down and then goes back across underneath. There's going to be a roller underneath on the inside here. So it's going to use a rectangle tool. In fact, let's project on the top surface here so we can snap to it. And use a rectangle tool, something sort of like this shape. So I'm going to go 1.2 wide and maybe 1.5 deep. Define the distance from the edge. 3.2 I think is going to be okay there. Let's have a quick look. It might need to be maybe a little bit narrower than 1.2. Let's just come down to 1 maybe. And I might move it slightly to the left, so 3.4. Okay, so selecting that profile, I'm just going to extrude that through to the other side here. Nobody's going to see the inside, so it's not going to matter. Click join. And then I'm going to create an offset plane from there, minus 0.2. Get a sketch onto that plane, projecting on that box we've just drawn, and using a circle, finding the center point. Actually, I'm going to actually not do it to the center point, I'm going to come down slightly from it. So 1.2 diameter, just so it sticks out ever so slightly. If we then select that profile in there, and the ones at the side, take the one underneath, although it probably is unrealistic to have that, and then we'll extrude that again back to the inside of the model there, click join. I'm just looking at that circular profile there, so it looks like the belt is running along those. Probably is a little bit too big a circle. I think it'll be alright actually. So I'm going to do rectangular pattern. I'm going to use select features. Select, I might need to do these two as new bodies. Yeah. Let's just go back and change those. So edit profile, new body. Edit profile, new body. And pattern, features, selecting those two. Direction, horizontal. And there's 4 of them. one comes down just after the circular part there. Just got that position there. So 31 millimeters across, doing 4 of them. Okay, and then we're going to have to combine those bodies. So combine body 1, tool bodies being all the rest of them. That joins them all in. So the next thing we're going to look at sorting out is this area here. So we've got some cutouts that we need to draw in. Maybe put a little circle in here for the bearing of this roller. We're working on this face on the end here. And if we look at the shape, sort of looking a rectangle but with the circle bit cut out. So if we start, we'll just draw a rectangle onto this profile here. Define that as 3 mm long, and we'll go for 1 mm high. Height from the base. Let's go for 0.4. 0.4. Okay, then it's going to have a circle. Find the midpoint. This area here. We'll do that 0.8 in diameter. Have a rectangle that comes off of that. Let's just draw it as a center point rectangle. That'll work. So 1.8, 1.7 long, 0.5 diameter. And yeah, it's fine. Not too worried about the rod coming out the side here. What I'm going to do is a couple of diagonal lines. So like that. Define distance from there to the edge, 0.7. Vertical constrain that point to that point, that point to that point. Define distance at the top here, 0.8. Draw a construction line up here. We can mirror that across that line. And select the bottom line, that'll do the bottom as well. So those two lines are then drawn on. I might actually make this 2 mm long. That's not what I wanted to do. Let's undo that. Let's fix that into position. Make that 2 mm long. That's better. So by fixing this into position here, it stopped the whole lot of it moving. And then if I just actually need to have a line on this side. And that's going to be 0.4. Let's look what we've got now. I'm wondering, yeah, that's probably 2 mils, probably too big. Let's come back down to 1.7. Okay, then we can select that profile, and then extrude these all the way through to the other side. Have it cut. trying to think about what I can do to make this disappear, that gap there. Obvious answer would be what's the distance between that and that? 0.09. So if we go back into here, edit that sketch. If we change that to 0.6, probably that's going to be the bottom one that needs changing as well. Edit that sketch and do that to 0.7. So we've got 0.6, 0.7. That's got rid of that, so it's round all the way around now. Okay, that's good. It's keeping the same profiles. Inside looks okay, I'm happy with that. And then we're going to turn that sketch back on. Sketch 10, and then we're going to select the circuit profile and then extrude that out by 0.2 to help to join. So we've got that circuit part here on there now. Okay, so now we've got this little small arm that comes down here. I think there's another roller underneath. So I'm drawing off of that face. It's not going to be as long. I think our face is slightly different size. Let's use a 3-point rectangle. I'm just going to draw across there. That angle's way too long. So we can change the angle like this. Define the width. We want to go the length then, fair enough. Let's go to 2 millimeters. Define the width as 0.3. We can still play around with the angle here a little bit. There you go. I think I'm happy with that one. We define the distance there. So 0.05. Extrude that again all the way through to the other side there, to join. And again, we'll look on this side face inside here. I'm going to just put a small circle in there. Check on the little arm which was drawn down. Circle in there. 0.5. Selecting those profiles. And then we can extrude that. Right, let's do two-sided extrusion. Extrude it to that face. That face there. And then just come out maybe a little tiny bit more. Let's join. And then this one will come out 0.2. Again, you can see the face of the roller here. I think this arm here that we've got is all attached as one piece to the chassis. So what I'm thinking is I might draw this as a separate part to print separately, because I don't want this attached to the arm here, so that it doesn't make it difficult to attach at the top of the chassis, and equally I don't want to attach to the chassis so it's difficult to attach to this conveyor. So I'll probably think about doing this as a separate part on another episode. A little step here that we can draw. Again, relatively simple, that one. Let's have that Yeah, we're going to draw that on straight onto the side face profile of this part here. Where the ram is, it starts. The ram's here, so we can just draw a rectangle like this. Let's go 5mm long, and 1.75 is the height. To find the distance from there to the edge, let's go for 8mm. Another rectangle. In fact, we just do an offset rectangle from these three lines. Offset by 0.4. And there's two triangular pieces. So what we'll do is we'll put a line down like that. We can use to mirror across. Another line like this. To find the height there, we're going to go for 0.5, and we'll do the same dimension across this way, 0.5, and then if we mirror that line across that centre line there, we can then pick up those profiles and extrude those back into the model, and we're going 0.5mm and tell it to join, and that'll act as a little step there. Okay, so swapping down to the other end here, we've got this hinge that comes up on the end of the conveyor here. So I'm going to just draw a sketch on the bottom side of this surface. And we're going to use a circle. It's for 0.6 initially. In fact, probably want to go a little bit bigger. So it actually protrudes, that's it. And we can extrude that upwards to the top surface there, to join. Then it's a slightly bigger circle on top of that. Again, if we just do a from bottom, no, we can't do that. So we go to the top surface, slice through so we can actually see it. Okay, circle on that centre point. I think maybe 1mm. Yeah, I think I'm going to go for 1mm there. Select those profiles, extrude them upwards. So we'll go maybe 0.5 initially, let's join, see how that looks. Yeah, that's fine. And then rectangle, and then a larger rectangle above it. So again, selecting that surface, slice through so we can see. I'm going to use a centre point rectangle. How long is it? Okay, let's go for 1.9 long and 1mm across. Select those profiles, extrude that upwards, maybe 0.4, join, have a look at what that looks like. Probably too thick. Let's bring that down 0.3, and then it's got another longer one on top. So you can create another sketch on the top surface there, slicing through so we can see. Centre point rectangle again. find the midpoint of that rectangle. So we know that 1 millimeter is going to be the width. Yeah, let's go for 3 millimeters in length. Select those profiles and extrude that. 2. Join. Hopefully that hasn't touched the top. Good, that hasn't attached the chassis, but it's created that profile on the end here. And it looks about the right size and shape for what we've got for the rest of the parts. So looking at this part under here, I think these are like brushes to clean the ballast back up. Make sure it's off the rails before it hits the back bogey. I think potentially I'm going to draw this as a separate part under here because of the shapes that we've already got and how it's going to be best to print them. I think this might be best separating off. So I think I'm going to leave this episode where we're at the moment, and we'll come back and do this at a different point. But I think detail wise we're pretty much there with all the parts that look like they're on here. There's actually, might be a step here. Yeah, I might add that in. Yeah, it's a small little step just above the step that we've drawn. So let's just do that and then we'll finish this episode off. So we'll put it on the top here. Size wise, about the same size as this. So if we project those 2 points, we can then draw a small rectangle that's in line with them. We do that as 0.5, 5 mil, and then we can vertically constrain that point to that point. That should lock it all in place. Let's do 2-sided extrusion. Let's do it symmetrically actually. I'll go 0.2. Join. Probably a bit too thick. Let's go 0.15. We'll go with that. Okay, so we'll leave it at this point here for this episode. So I hope you've enjoyed that one. You're able to copy along. If you get any problems, I say leave a message or comment and I can see if I can help you out. Thanks for watching.